Well, I think it's one of the thing that makes it really important is the fact that in malls kasi we're able to bring communities together. Okay, we're able to bring um, our consumers particularly together with the experts in different fields. In this particular thing, it's basically in the arts, in the movies, and that's something that we are able to do. And not only are we able to do it, let's say in Metro Manila, but because of the network of malls that we have, we're able to do it across the country. And it is important because we're able to touch as many lives as possible, right? We're able to impart something that the ordinary Filipino may not be able to get as easily, right? If the malls were not around and if the malls were not there, to promote something like this. So it's really that exchange of we have a lot of communities that come into our malls each and every day, di ba? We bring in anywhere from 4.5 to, especially during the Christmas season, more than 5 million people each and every day, di ba? So it not only is that opportunity there, but we see it as a market leader. We see it also as a responsibility that we have, right? To be able to bring to enrich basically the lives of the people in the communities that we serve.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I think the audience can look forward to one of the most dynamic edition of the French Film Festival of this 28th edition. We are very proud to present a lineup of French releases which are new, heritage films, including heritage animation films, animated features, cross-cultural collaborations. But beyond the screenings, we are also coming with special events, including discussions with our special guest, our special French actress, who is our icon for this edition, and that we will be announcing soon. And the audience can also look forward to see directly or indirectly what will come out of the co-production conference that will take place as part of the 28th French Film Festival, to bring France and the Philippines closer in terms of cross-cultural collaboration, but more concretely to make movies together even more, because it's already been the case, but this co-production will allow concrete financial support for Filipino filmmakers to develop projects they have been developing and working on for a while now. So the French will come together to develop those projects, and more concretely, the co-production agreement will, in time, make those movies which are co-produced, and so thus have two nationalities, the French nationality and the Filipino nationality. This agreement will, make those movies come to the Filipino theaters and the French theaters. And beyond that, there's the European Union market, and there's, we hope, a broader ASEAN region for those creative content to reach.
Well, first and foremost, of course, we're very proud that we are a long-time partner and always being chosen by the Embassy of France to be the main partner for this film festival. That alone makes us really proud, that we're always the preferred partners across many events, across many industries. But I think what makes us more proud this year, is the fact that we're going to be holding, I think, a more dynamic French Film Festival starting on November 24, right? not only are we going to be bringing 20 award-winning or really great movies, particularly to our audiences, but this time we're also going to be able to take it closer to the students or the youth, right? Through SM City Manila, and we're also going to be a venue for the co-production conference that is going to happen, and basically great things are expected to come out of that. So that makes us really, really happy and really, really proud to be a staunch supporter. And we hope that you will continue to choose the SM Supermalls as your preferred partner in the years to come.
Thank you, sir.
So feminist cinema is at the core of French diplomacy or French cultural diplomacy. This theme, an embedded theme of feminism, in this new edition is the continuation of our commitment imposed by French Ambassador Marie Fontenelle. And that is why last year, for the 27th edition, we made it the core theme of the French Film Festival. And what we mean by feminist cinema really is to discuss past public debates which have gone widespread and discussed about globally after the Me Too movement, notably. So that encompasses the women in cinema, in terms of the industry, their role in the industry, how women, both in front of the camera and behind the camera, feel in the industry, of course. That is very concretely also about promoting movies which have been made by female directors, and to make their voices more heard, their talents more known, as those talented women behind the camera, producers, cinematographers, writers, directors. So that was a strong focus from the last year edition, which we wanted to continue as a commitment, while also promoting, of course, the success of the co-production industry and the animation component. The last feature, the last I think idea behind the feminist cinema is also to promote women-empowered narratives in terms of the stories we bring to the audience. Women in their challenges, both in the professional or the personal spheres, juggling with personal commitments, work-life balance, maternity, family death, individual and collective stories which put women at the center.
The first question is really, why is it important for France? And my basic reply is that it's one of the core values of the French Republic. It's liberté, égalité, so freedom and equality. And feminism is not just about fighting for women's rights, but it's actually for fighting for gender equality. And I think the position here of French cinema is that even at the Cannes Film Festival, only very few films that are selected to compete in the Cannes Film Festival are made by women directors. It's still an industry that is monopolized by men directors, men producers, and obviously the perspectives or the points of view that are depicted in these movies are seen from the eyes of masculine values, machismo and all that, right? So what we're trying to do, and this was led by our ambassador last year, was really to showcase films that are made by women directors that show various social issues, but from the point of view of women. And it was very interesting last year that we had several roundtable discussions with we had a guest female director, Sigrid Bernardo, and we had several other Filipino filmmakers that were involved in a roundtable discussion that raised, issues that were also issues even in modern day French society. So that's something that we try to bring to the fore by focusing on feminism in the festival.
So about the co-production agreement, we've discussed how it comes after the signing of the agreement in Cannes. So that is the first opportunity to celebrate first the signature in a few months ago. But now is also the time to put it into action, into movement, and so for that you need to bring the people together. And so this is why we're flying in several producers, 6 or 7 if I'm not mistaken, from France or from Asia to visit the Philippines, because they're eager to meet with Filipino talents. So this is an opportunity to bring them together, for them to start discussing or to foster the discussions which are already taking place on co-produced movies. And while we have the French and the Filipino cinema ecosystems together, we are also bringing in the CNC representative, which is the counterpart of FDCP, for him to present directly, to meet with the talents, but to also explain in very concrete terms how the co-production agreement works, and which will be a way to explain it, to make it more operational as soon as possible, because we know the projects might take some time to come to life, but we didn't want to lose any more time. So this is why we're doing it now, same year after the signature of the agreement. And as to why the Filipino audience should look forward to it, I would say great movies, very diverse, in terms of the selection. There's both blockbusters and action movies, which you should look forward to, depending on what you're into, really. Also, more cinéma d'auteur and genre, intimate stories, committed, feminist, Orient-centric, let's say, movies promoting very strong women, made by very strong female directors. Animation for the younger crowd, and more serious animation movies as well. So those are, I think, all the reasons for the audience to look forward to the festival.
We look forward to seeing you at the festival itself, at the screenings, at the co-production conference. You might have lingering questions behind your that you haven't been able to formulate yet, but I think when you hear the presentations that will be made at the conference, you will have a better understanding of what's in store. There have been a few Filipino films that received funding from France, even before this co-production agreement. Just to name a few, some of the titles of Brillante Mendoza that competed in Cannes and won in Cannes, they were co-produced by France. Brillante had a French co-producer, so that made it possible for him. So now that there is a co-production agreement, I'm sure that more Filipino directors can find a French producer to help him produce the films, and probably get the films selected, not just in Cannes, but in other festivals, at least in Europe. And then there are much more opportunities. And I mean, if the local adaptation of Call My Agent is something that interests fans, especially of the local cast, I think I was kidding with Eric Mati the other day. I was like, why not make a co-produced Call My Manager the movie, and have visiting French actresses or actors to be part of the cast? And why not? So that's something that we could look into. There are possibilities, and well, we hope that as Sir Jordan himself said, it's a very dynamic edition of the French Film Festival this year, and we look forward to having more in the coming years and featuring French-Filipino films in the next French-Filipino film festivals that will be taking place here. Last words, Matthew?
Thank you so much again, and see you on Monday.
Merci beaucoup.